So, hey everybody, welcome back to First to Know. I'm here with Michelle and Courtney. And Michelle, you are the owner of Captain CrossFit. But you guys, how long have you owned Captain CrossFit?
I've owned Captain for 4 years and but been there since we opened back in 2011.
Perfect. So obviously know what's going on and have taken it to all new heights. Reason I've got you guys in here today is I heard you guys are doing something pretty special over there that I don't think anybody else has done ever in Prescott that I know of. Tell everybody what you guys are doing.
Sure. So we're teaching a 3-month class, 4 days a week for women who are between the ages of 45 and 65 pretty much. Mm-hmm. And so who are experiencing perimenopause, menopause, and we're gearing the workouts and all the information towards exactly that demographic.
Perfect. So this is something, so you guys, I'm sure have done some research on this. Mm-hmm. What are some things that you're finding that those of us that are in it, the thick of it, just finished it, whatever, or gearing up for it, what are some things that you've learned that are helping these women kind of get through this journey?
So some of the big things are in this age range, we tend to lose quite a bit of muscle mass. And so our focus is on increasing muscle mass and just increasing overall health. And that alone helps you get through peri and postmenopause a little bit easier.
Well, and I think so many people think, oh, I'm losing weight. This is great. Mm-hmm. But that's not necessarily what we're trying to do.
No, not necessarily. I mean, some people will lose some weight. But again, our focus is we want them to gain muscle. And so gaining muscle can lead towards all sorts of positive outcomes, just fall protection and more resiliency, feeling better in your body, dealing with some of the side effects of perimenopause and menopause a little bit better, like hot flashes and hormone fluctuations, and exercise, especially strength training and some of the conditioning we're doing, can really lend itself to helping people have a smoother journey through that process.
Now, I think some people, especially that Gen X group that we're speaking about, we were always, oh, you don't lift weights. I mean, I don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. What are you doing? And so there's kind of that stigma of like, oh, if I go to CrossFit or if I go take a class where I'm going to be all bulky. So that's not, I mean, obviously you guys you look great. So it's not this is our goal, right? It's just we're getting stronger and.
Right. Gaining muscle doesn't mean becoming bulky.
Right.
And for women in particular, it's very difficult to become bulky. The women that you see that work at it very, very hard. And I mean, they are in the gym.
So this isn't going to accidentally happen. You don't pick up a dumbbell and you're like,
and all of a sudden
out of your shirt.
No.
I kind of wish that was
what
cool?
happened.
That would be
cool.
amazing.
But no, you have to, like Michelle's saying, you have
That's
to
it.
work very, very hard to quote unquote bulk up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
way more than what we're doing.
And so your goal is to obviously maybe changing the diet a little bit. Mm-hmm. So what are some things that you're finding for especially those of us in that journey?
Yeah.
What are some things that you're recommending?
I mean, some things that are interesting is that for most of us, the general pop, we are way under the amount of protein and fiber we should be eating. And so there's that just in general, but then especially as we age, increasing our fiber and increasing the protein is good for muscle development. Increasing the fiber is good for your soft tissues and joint health, and it's also good for sleep. And so, sleeping is really difficult once you hit perimenopause. Your sleep is disrupted. Yes. So like increasing the fiber, increasing your protein helps with all of that. And one thing that I really love about that as a woman is so much of the focus in our world has always been this like takeaway piece of just like, don't eat this and don't eat this. And we are not here to tell people what they should and shouldn't eat. We are here to say, we want to make sure you're eating enough of fruits and veggies and enough of protein. How you make that happen is up to you and your family.
Well, and there's so many, I go through Costco and there's all types of protein shakes. There's the chomps, all those supplements that you can, because when you see how much protein somebody has to eat, it's like,
Yes.
how are you
It's a
going to do
lot.
that all day?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously if you're working out a lot, you can, able to fit that in, but some of those protein shakes are super high in protein and they
Yeah.
have the fiber and all that. So is that, if I'm thinking along those ways, I'm sure there's other stuff we need to be thinking about.
And protein shakes are fine, maybe once a day, maybe once every so often,
but
not
this
as
is
a
not
staple, and certainly
got
not
you.
every day, or
Which is-
certainly not multiple times a day.
Yeah, I was to say you're not going to like our answer, which is that we'd
which
prefer
is-
you get it from
we'd-
real food.
Yes, we'd prefer
But
you actually
see,
just eat.
That's great
Yeah.
though, because
Yes.
that's what you hear. Oh, grab a protein shake.
Right.
Yeah.
Grab
Grab a
cheese
bar.
steak, or a bar.
And the bars are not great for you. And most, I read this recently, and I think you did too. Most of us or most Americans are overfed and undernourished.
Yes.
So we eat too much, but we eat too much of the wrong food. So we aren't nourishing our bodies to be able to live well and feel good and gain muscle and be healthy.
Well, because so many of us are like, oh, we grabbed a bar.
Yeah.
Look, I'm cutting out a whole breakfast of probably
Yep.
eggs and
Right.
or things that, or yogurt or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like, I grabbed a bar, I did a protein shake.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No supplements, or
Totally.
opened up the freezer and grabbed, all of this processed food that is quick because we're so busy, right?
Yeah,
so it's just
Absolutely.
grab and go stuff. Perfect. What when you were talking about this before, I was like, okay, so is this like a therapy class? Like, what are you guys doing? But what you're learning is these women are coming a little early and they're talking to each other, right? And
Yes.
they're sharing experiences, which is so important, which back in my day, like we didn't talk, like
Right.
you just, we all suffer in silence and you get through it and you hopefully make it out on the other
Right.
side.
Yes, very true. And I mean, just yesterday, I was coaching and I asked, what are people noticing that where this feels different than
Mhm.
maybe other exercise programs that they've done? And one woman was like, I just love the camaraderie and the friendship. And she's like, I am already seeing improvements in my strength and in my balance and how I feel, but
Balance is
I am
big.
also loving
Mhm.
this opportunity to have camaraderie with other women.
Because we're sharing, right?
Yes.
We're all going through this. And how refreshing, for all you 20-year-olds out there, I love you. But if I'm going through this, the last thing I want to do is walk into a gym with, a bunch of really cute 20-year-olds and we're all, and not that we're not all cute, but it's like, this is kind of a safe place.
Mhm.
Like come together and work out together and know that we're all going through the same stuff
Yeah.
and we're helping each other and we're talking it through. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think it's an opportunity to cut through some of the noise that's out there on the internet.
Mhm.
It's like when we were all 10, 11, 12, getting ready to start our period, there was tons of information out there and people did talk about it. And then that's really shifted and there's no conversation happening, or there wasn't for a long time happening about perimenopause. And now all of a sudden it's kind of erupted on the internet, which is really
Which is
cool.
nice.
And there's so much information. It's hard to know what to do with all of that.
Mhm.
And so it's been great to have this group of people where, Michelle and I have done some research. We are definitely pulling on experts, and we're able to distill some of that and quiet some of the chatter and really hone in on like, here are the things that we really
Mhm.
know are going to help you move the needle and feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too that it's, everybody's journey is different.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they wake up and it's like, oh, I think I'm in menopause. Oh, it's been a year, I'm done. That's great. And then, as you guys have pointed out, there's been women who are going through this for years.
yes.
And it's just, and so to be able to be in a room with women who are also experiencing this, or I was, my journey was very prolonged, but then when I started doing this or I started doing that, it helped kind of get me to the other side. So I love that. I love that you guys are doing this. And you said it's just a 3-month class. And so
It is.
where are you guys at right now in the process?
We're halfway.
Yep.
We're halfway through.
Okay.
And all the women would like for it to happen again or to continue. So we're in discussions on how to make that happen.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you guys kind of had the starting, like this is where you're starting, and you do kind of check-ins and kind of checking how things are working for them. And
I think we're gonna do some testing next week, and then again at the very end.
Yeah.
So tell me what a win looks like for somebody. So if you just came in and I don't work out, I don't have time, what would a win look like for me after 3 months on this, being in this class?
I mean, it really depends on where you started. So we did assessments to begin with everyone. And so we had some people who, we have an ultra marathon runner who she runs 100-mile races. And so for her, a win for her is going to look like increasing her muscle mass. And, you can imagine when you're running that far, how your range of motion is. And it's really designed for just that movement. And so she's also looking to increase some range of motion, increase her muscle mass. So that's a different win for her than someone like someone who maybe hasn't worked out in the last 2 decades. And so a win for that person might be that they can hang from the bar and that they can jump and, deadlift their body weight.
Yeah.
Or not even their body weight. Even if you're just deadlifting something that's
just deadlifting
something that feels heavy.
Yes.
And we had one woman, it was awesome, who she had broken her leg, not even a year ago, I don't think.
No, not even last May.
And it was a bad break and
surgery.
Wow.
And she did a box jump last week that was higher than she thought she could do. It was I think it was a 12-inch box, and she was doing them, and I was watching her, and I'm like, okay, come over here. I'm like, just do it.
Just do it. You got this.
And she looks at me and she's like, oh, okay.
Michelle, what do you mean?
And I stood there with her and she did it. And she was so excited.
She was really
so that was
excited.
A huge win for her.
And she even shared, she's like, I've really noticed that when I'm at home, like getting dressed, you put one leg on at a time, right? She's like, I don't have to sit down anymore. Like my balance is there. So what a huge win for somebody in their 60s who just had major surgery and
to be able to lift the leg up off the ground and not worry that you're going to topple over.
It's
a big win for some people.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
Well, and I mentioned before, like I know people in the CrossFit community, and I've always said, I see the videos they post and how you guys, you go to a regular gym and everybody's like, they're doing their thing, whatever. The community that you guys have is so supportive and so like, you've got this. Like I think when you walk through those doors, you believe you can do anything.
Yeah.
Because everyone around you is just like, yep, of course you can do it.
Totally.
You're here. You're a Captain CrossFit. You can do that. And so imagine that now you're with your real people. Like you're with those people that are your age. You're with those people that are going through that. And you're seeing their wins and you're seeing them, their journey being lightened a little bit because of some of the knowledge that they've taken. And even if they don't, gain a lot of muscle or anything, they're gaining that camaraderie with their fellow women who you'll probably have lifelong friends now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gaining confidence in what their bodies can do, what their minds can do. So they're gaining so much more than just health.
Yep.
Right.
And at the same time, we're halfway through and I was telling Michelle, I said, I'm watching everybody's moving better. Everybody's much stronger. Their range of motion is better. So we are seeing that halfway through. But the one thing that I think is important is like CrossFit can be very intimidating to people. And so we made sure that this is not a CrossFit class, but the elements of CrossFit that are so powerful, like the feeling of community, and the feeling of being together and struggling together and going through something together. Those tenets are still part of what we're doing, but this is very much so planned and structured strength and conditioning where we have some wins for you in mind and we're trying to move you along that path very, very strategically.
So it's not I show up day one and I'm going to feel so intimidated that I'm walking out the door because I'm not going to be able to keep up with everybody around me.
Yeah, no.
So
there's a lot of education and learning how to move and move safely. And so what I'm excited for folks is like we're entering the second half. The first half was so much education of learning how to do things. I think the second half, they're just going to see so many gains.
Right. So I think it's pretty clear you guys got to do this again. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think it's going to happen. Do you promise to let me know when you're going to do this so we can at least promote it for you guys and we can
Sure.
share it with everybody so that we know? Because you kind of kept it a secret, and now
Well,
yeah,
you're right. I mean, we put it out there,
Mhm.
and it honestly it sold out so fast, even just with our little
yeah.
social media.
You didn't have to do
We
much
took-
to even
No.
Yeah, we took some professional photos and got ready to market. And then honestly, 3 days later, it was like, well,
Oh, we're
I
done.
had flyers made, and I never got to put out the flyers.
it's true.
I can see you with a Sharpie crossing out the days. April 1st.
New session.
Yeah.
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 So, well, that's exciting though. So that's when you know
Yes.
that you had a great idea and it's so needed in the community. And it's just, I mean, where else but Prescott is this such a welcome gift that you're giving to people. So promise you'll let us know so
Yes.
we get people in there. Good luck on the next 6 weeks. You guys are doing great things for the community and for women and giving people a place to share their stories and feel welcome and feel, included in something great. So
Yeah.
again, your website, captaincrossfit.com, right?
Yep.
Easy peasy.
And we don't have any information on this
Mhm.
class on
Yeah,
our website, as you know.
It was a secret.
It's a
Yes.
secret.
Yes.
But now,
but you
now we're
can
telling you about
reach
Everyone's in on it. Yep.
Yes.
Now everyone's in on the secret. Yeah.
But you can reach out to
it.
us.
Mhm.
Yep.
You can call us or
It was a plan. It wasn't a secret. It was let's see if this works. And it did.
And you know what's
now
amazing about women? When women like something,
everybody's going to know.
yes.
You
And
can't
so
keep a
it
secret
was like
anymore.
one woman told another woman, and then
Mhm.
another, and then we're getting these phone calls. I want to do this. I want to
I
do
wanna
this.
do it.
Yeah.
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 So, okay. So we will, if they're going to do another class. So we will keep you informed with that because I'm sure it's going to happen because and these women are just going to make sure you do it. And now they're getting strong so they can,
Yes.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
definitely
they're going to
will.
strong arm you into doing it.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in this class, keep an eye out for a new class forming. If you're just interested in what is CrossFit and how do I get involved, CaptainCrossFit.com. Do you have drop-in hours where people can come and just check it out, or do you offer anything like that? Or?
So yes, we always like to talk to people first and, see if they're a good fit to try a class right
Morning,
away.
right? Make sure.
Otherwise it might be, maybe they want to just come watch a class. And we do have others. We have CrossFit Light and we have a circuit
I like
training.
that.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yes.
Light, okay.
Yes. And most of the people in our CrossFit Light class are over the age of 65.
Yeah.
And so
That's all right. I could go there. I could do that.
You're like, I feel.
I
How do you feel?
Yeah. Yes.
So not quite there, but I feel
Like I said, most are over 65.
Yeah,
There are
not
some that
all.
are younger.
Yeah.
We have some in their 50s, but and even actually, I think we even have somebody in their 40s that's in that class.
I'd be like an
So,
overachiever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, look at me.
And we have a circuit training as well that's mostly
Good place
again
to
mostly
start and-
older people, and that
Mhm.
is along with that's kind of the same. It's the same day or the same times as our CrossFit Light class,
So-
but on a different day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then you can, start there and start seeing if, I'm ready for more. So you have something for everybody.
Yep.
Yes.
And then our peri to post menopause class is called Level Up.
Yes. Level
I
up.
like that. Perfect. So level up, check out Captain CrossFit. Thank you, ladies, so much for doing really the Lord's work.
Thank
guys
you.
You guys are helping women. I love it.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
thank you guys so much. And we will see you guys next time.
Sounds great.
Thanks, Alicia.
You're welcome.